Hey gamers, it's G from the corner, and that's right, you read the title of the video, the Switch 2 in 2025, but everybody's been telling me it's coming out in 2024. What are you talking about? Every single tweet, every single post, every single one. I mean the same one talking about PS4 spec rumors from like August. Jesus Christ, you guys really need to come up with like some new stuff to talk about. But yeah, no, Switch 2. It's about time we finally started talking about that again. I told myself at the start of the year, I'd avoid talking about Switch 2 stuff in 2023 because really there's no reason to expect Nintendo's next console to be even remotely discussed in that calendar year. But with 2024, it's very much a different story. I and many others believe the system will release at the end of the year. It's a pretty light year at the moment. We only really have a bunch of remakes and a new Mario spin-off, which is just peak end of console's life cycle. Literally all we're missing here is Kirby, but honestly he's had a lot of activity on the Switch. I genuinely don't even know if we're gonna get another Kirby game on the console. But, the more I've thought about it, and the more I've talked to other people about it actually, I didn't think this originally, but good friend of the channel, Marco, brought the idea up to me, and I realized, there's a world where this happens. The Switch 2 could very easily skip 2024. Now, while a 2024 release is likely, Nintendo loves to stall. It could be seen as weird that the first trailer for their next console would drop 6 months after a huge game like Mario Wonder, if the console's revealed in like March or April. That's like really close to a game like that launching. Last year was huge. It was enormous. They had games like Tears of the Kingdom, Pikmin 4, and Mario Wonder, all temple titles they marketed and put a lot of development into for like years and years. And like the idea that they're gonna drop a new console immediately after that is a little odd. Granted, they've talked about trying to keep the pace maintained going into the next generation, but I don't know. I feel like at some point it's a bit like too much, Like this is a pretty big year. I'd assume you'd still want another year to unload, potentially. Now again, if it is to launch in 2024, I personally see a reveal happening in like mid to late March, before the end of their fiscal year, so then they could go into their investor meeting being like, hey, here's the new console, we got a big plans for 2024, 2025 fiscal year. But really, they only need a few more titles to get by. At the moment, we have, I'm going to go down the list, another Code Recollection, which just came out, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Princess Peach Showtime, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door Remake, and Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. That's 5 games right there. And I'm going to be honest, that's like enough to cover the first half of the year easily. I think there will probably honestly be another game or two lined up for the first half that they'll announce at a February Direct. But in my mind, what could happen if they really, really wanted to drop it next year and like just want to get by, it's honestly not that hard. We just need to add in like, let's say Prime 4, Okay, Prime 4 has been in a weird limbo space, and in my mind, I think at this point it'll be a cross-gen launch title, potentially, on the new system. But, it could still be a Switch exclusive game. It could still be a game that just releases this holiday season on the Switch. They could then, drop a new Pokemon. Pokemon is a yearly franchise at this point. Every time I really, don't think, oh, there's no reason they're going to drop a game this year, they drop a game in the year. There's no reason they should drop one this year. We just got Scarlet and Violet in 2022. That was a mess. The DLC was also lackluster as hell. So really, there's no reason for them to drop a new one this year, aside from, well, we gotta drop a new Pokemon this year. In my mind, it could probably be like a Legends game or something along those lines, but I doubt it'll be anything too spectacular that gets us really excited. It'll just be something they will have in as a stopgap. I could see a world where they actually do skip this year if the new system's out. If you don't know this, Game Freak actually loves to skip like new consoles when they drop. Black and White came out around the time the 3DS did, but yet they still dropped another game on the DS while like a year and a half after the 3DS came out. And same for the Switch. The Switch was out and everybody expected Pokemon there year one. No, we got Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon on the 3DS. They're not going to do it the same way, I don't think, but I could totally see them taking a break or taking things easy and then coming into the new system with the next generation in 2025. But they could still drop something this year, especially if there isn't a new console out this year. It's a very easy way to bolster the holiday season. And then, on top of that, throw in a new Mario Party. We haven't had one of those in a while, and I don't think ND's been doing anything. I don't know, their schedule dictates that we should probably be getting a new one very soon, and if not like this year, probably next year on the new console. So, you know, that's like such an easy schedule filler. In fact, I think I just proposed Diet Nintendo's Fall 2021. Yeah, what, Metroid, Pokemon, and Mario Party. Just throw in like 2 or 3 more ports there, and we've got like literally 10 games lining the year, which is literally what they've done in other years. I mean, for crying out loud, this year is already kind of bigger than like 2018 was. That year had 5 new games and like the Labo stuff. Actually, not even. There was like the remake of Let's Go. So technically, if you want to get real technical, there was a remake in there and that didn't count. So really only 4 tentpole Nintendo titles that aren't Wii U ports or Labo gimmicks or something like that. They've had smaller years than what I expect 2024 to be, while they were trying harder to sell this system. 2024 could easily be just a chill year. Nintendo unloads all their Switch stock, everything else, and then by the end of the year we realize, okay, we're getting tired, what's going on, guys? And then they're like, okay, here's the new system. It's out in like March, or they could even push it for, okay. They could push it as long as they want, really, but I'm just saying, there's nothing locked in. We have no information from Nintendo at all. It's not like there's even been like a code name drop, or they've said to investors, yes, we're launching new hardware in this fiscal year. It's literally just been speculation and rumors, and like granted, very plausible rumors. Just the other day, there was some GDC survey where 250 people taking the survey said they were making games for the Switch 2, which is like, okay, I guess that like confirms that. I mean, they could be lying. They could, all 250 of them could be lying. The survey could also just be a lie completely, but like, I doubt it. I don't really see any reason for that based on where it's come from. I think it was like a GDC survey or something. I don't know. The system is clearly on the horizon, but, you know, there's a world where we do kind of go this year waiting and guessing and struggling and being like, where's the new console, Nintendo? I don't look. I lived through the whole NX Switch debacle. I remember that like it was yesterday, even though it was almost 10 years ago now, all right? Like waiting week after week for, hey guys, is this the week we're going to see the NX? The NX is going to be out this year with the new Zelda game. And then they had to say, no, it's coming out in March 2017. And we were like, oh, well, they'll reveal it now, or now, or now. And it was literally every week from, I want to say July till October, of people being like, no, the Switch is the NX. It's getting revealed now. And like, it hasn't turned into quite that yet, but it's turned into people talking about old reports like, oh, the Switch 2 is going to be as powerful as a PS4, which was something that people were talking about back in August, and for some reason it's being peddled around as a new thing, and this one viral tweet of a guy complaining about it is being shown on my Twitter timeline 15 times a day and is making me want to stop using the platform. This is ridiculous. But yeah, whatever, I did way off topic. You know, here's the thing. Here's one other thing I should mention. There's been some rumbling of March 2024 being an important date for the console. This was discussed back in like August by people like, I think, Nate the Hate, or I think some others talked about it as well. And here's the thing. I believe personally that means that that's when the console's getting revealed. Because if there's any importance to that day, it's obviously not coming out in March 2024. But March 2024 is a great time to reveal it for a multitude of reasons. Right at the end of the fiscal year, we go into the new fiscal year knowing about a new console. And, you know, that kind of sounds like, well, you just spent this whole video being like, oh, well, they're going to drop it in 2025. And why would they announce it in 2024, in March 2024, if it's not coming out for another year? Here's the thing. This could be a minuscule, like a non-reveal. This could be Nintendo saying to their investors that there's a console coming out. I don't really believe it is, if I'm being honest. If this date is actually important and, like, Nintendo's just saying where that to their investors that they're making a new console within the fiscal year, then that is probably not why it was important, and it's probably just internal dates and like, hey, get your stuff ready around this time just so we have stuff prepared for whenever we do want to reveal. But, you know, that could be what happens. I'm still of the mind where I feel like a holiday release would be very, very good for momentum, but I also can see why it would be smart to drag things out, because then you have the entirety of 2025 to try and dominate. Of course, you know, there's big releases that year as well, so it's not like they'll have the full spotlight. This year would be a great year to release because it seems like it is going to be a light holiday, a light second half based on what we know for most of the other companies in the world. Everything seems to just be coming out like this week, and then, you know, nothing until like Final Fantasy and Hellblade. Like, I don't know. Seems pretty small. So I think it'd be a good time to release. But, you know, maybe Nintendo doesn't. Maybe they have a better idea, and I could totally see a world where that's the case too. So don't go sitting here being like, where's my Switch 2 in 2024 without anybody even having confirmed it, like, whatsoever. Like, literally just Just sit and wait idly. Enjoy the games that are coming out right now. You know, when the Switch 2 is talked about, it's going to be a fun time. I'm sure they got plenty planned. They got plenty of exciting games, I'm sure. But for now, let's just chill out. It could be next year, right? Like, there's a world where in a year from now we're excited for the console, but we're not playing it quite yet. And you know, that you just got to accept that, because we don't know anything about this console. Nintendo has not announced it. All we know is people saying that it's coming, and like rumors and rumors and rumors that we've been hearing for years. So just wait on it. It's just time to wait on it. All right. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's great video. I think this was great. Hopefully it causes just world peace and everybody realizes that, oh, we need to stop talking about shitty old Switch 2 rumors that everybody already talked about like 6 years ago. But probably not. I'm sure it won't even hit like more than 200 views or something. Yeah, that's gonna do it though. Keep yourselves cornered, like, subscribe. See you guys on the next video. Later.